Viewing a marriage as a life sentence could have a negative connotation to it. However, marriage ideally should be based on mutual love, respect, and understanding for each other. Please understand that each relationship is different, and some circumstances might warrant dissolution or even reassessment of that marriage. Every couple should work together for the betterment of their relationship, for the betterment of their marriage. Relationship or marriage should not be a do or die affair. Hello everyone, welcome to JSP Obvious Luxury. My name is Jenny and I am the owner and creator of JSP Obvious. This is a segment called The Strength of a Woman. Let me remind you, women, mothers, wives, godchild, we are the finest of God's creation. It is a statement of fact. There is a comment somebody made in the comment section in one of my videos. The man was saying that women are not the finest of all God's creation, that it's men, that men are the finest of all God's creation. Well, I've never been a man before and I don't wish to be a man. I'm a woman, so I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. We are the finest. Do I look ugly? No, I don't look ugly. I am representing women. We are the finest of all God's creation. It is a statement of fact. Men are the raw materials. We came from men. We're not disputing that. We're not doubting that. There's no disagreement in that. We came from men. That's why we are the finest. Men are the raw material. We are the finished product. We are the finest of God's creation. It is a statement of fact. I'm going to keep saying it until it sinks into our head. Moving on. Should a marriage be a life sentence for us? Should marriage be a life sentence? When we are married, are we married to the prison? Are we supposed to be caged in handcuffs? Are we supposed to live as if we don't have our own brain? Are we supposed to live in that marriage as if we don't have our own individual identity? Are we supposed to stay in that marriage based on the fact that everything should be owned and be controlled by the other partner? I wish then we should be working brainless. Whatever we do, our partner have to okay it, or whatever we want to achieve, our partner have to okay it before we try to venture out to do stuff on our own. Should it be a life sentence? You know how they say, for better, for worse, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and health. Statement, or this thing was written in 1548, if I'm not mistaken, by Thomas Cranmer from Anglican Church. It says, for richer, for poor, for sickness and health, until death do what I have is. For richer, for poorer, until death do us part. Why should it be, if it's for better or for worse, for both of us in the family? Something is going wrong. Something is going on in the family. For worse, we're trying to amend it. We are working together to see how we can, make things work together in the home. Then that's a different thing. But when is hurting the other person for better, it's good, it's better for the other partner, but it's worse for the other partner, then you need to step aside. You need to be like, why am I going through this? Because one person should not be hurting and the other person enjoying. I remember years ago when I went to a wedding, 50 years anniversary, the woman was saying that the reason why she's been in this marriage is because she has been enduring. I'm like, you've been enduring for 50 years of your life. It means that you never lived your life. It means that you never enjoyed your home, because all you were doing was to endure a man. All you were doing was to endure your husband. All you were doing was to endure your children. All you were doing was enduring. You're already 70 years old. That means you never lived your life. It felt like you were in a prison. You were caged. So that's why I'm asking this question. Should marriage be a life sentence? Is it because we say for better, for worse? So whatever was, that man dishes out, oh, just take it because it's for better, for worse. Whatever that woman dishes out, oh, just take it because it's for better, for worse. If it's for better for the two of us in the family, that is good. If it's for bad and two of us are working together to solve that problem. Do you see there are some relationship, or there are some partners, now I don't want to say men or women, there are some partners that just enjoy seeing pain on the other partner's face. There are people who just enjoy their growth. They feed off of your sadness. They feed off of your low self-esteem. They feed off of your low energy. They feed off of your crying. They feed off of your sorrow. They feed off of your pain, just because that is who they are. That is their meanness is from their heart. They just don't feel, because they don't have goodness in their hearts. They feel the other person should not be happy. They feel the other person should not be joyful. They feel the other person they micromanage the other partner. They just don't, like, they go out and do whatever they want to do, but when they come home, they just want the woman to be put in or the man to put in a box, in a bubble. Don't have your own identity. So that's what I'm asking. Why should one person be enjoying in the relationship and the other person is not enjoying? Shouldn't it be that we are working together? The Bible says I think it's in Amos 3 verse 3, it says, can two walk together except they agree? Can two walk together except they are in agreement? We can't walk together except they are in agreement. That's why I often say that there are some single homes that are doing better than married homes. There are some of us who are single who are doing better than some people who are married. Because when you are married, the favor that comes with marrying to a woman should be in your home. But now your home is not prospering because you are not treating your partner nice. You're not treating your partner good. You think, oh, because you were in the village, I came all the way from America and married you. So you should be thanking me because I took you out of the dungeon. I took you out of your village. If I didn't bring you to America, you will not see white people. If I didn't bring you to America, you will not see what is going on in the world. If I didn't bring you to America and brush you up and bathe you and clean you, you will not be living your life. If she didn't come to America through you, she will come to America through somebody else. And the Bible said no man receive anything except it's given from above. Don't stop looking at your wife or your husband as, I did this for him, I did this for her, I did this for them, I did this, because the Bible says in Genesis, I think chapter 2 verse 21, it says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and they two shall become one. Another translation says, therefore will a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Do you know what cleave means? To cleave to somebody. Do you know what it means? Cleave means to adhere, to hold on, to fasten, to stick. So it says a man will leave his father and his mother and fasten himself, cleave himself, hold on to his wife. That's what the Bible says in Proverbs. It says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains the favor of the Lord. When you cleave unto your wife, oh my goodness, you find favor. The favor that comes with a woman, the favor that comes with being in unity, you'll find it because you cleave. That's a proverb in Africa that says, behind every successful man, there is a woman behind. Or beside every successful man. So they make us believe that, like in my book, The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, they make us believe that men were doing us a favor by marrying us. They make us feel like if you don't get married, your own world has come to an end. If you don't get married, you finish. That's what they make us like. I'm not saying don't get married. But when we get married, we should be together. It shouldn't be a life sentence for us. And if it's not working out, my sisters, my brothers, if it's not working out, then go your separate ways. Because we have this societal expectation that when you are married, you have to be in there. Even when the man is maltreating you, even when the man is talking down on you, when the man doesn't want you to achieve life, when the man doesn't want you to have your own identity. it feels like you are a slave. It feels like it's a life sentence. You should be free to express yourself. You should be free. I know of a man who does not like to hear his wife's opinion. That same man, when he goes outside, somebody else tells him about the same opinion that his wife, his partner, voiced out to him. He will take it and still come back and tell the wife, oh, this person said this, or this, but this is just what the wife said. This is exactly what your partner said. Until you hear it from somebody else before you believe your wife. Because this kind of people, I call them little people's mentality. They don't believe that you have your own brain. They don't believe that you have your own identity. They don't believe that you can function and that you are intelligent. They think because they married you, oh, they just did this big favor to you by marrying you. A big favor when they married you. So, and especially when you have children, they'll be like, where can you go? Who is going to take you? Who is going to love you? Who is going to do this? Who is going to do that for you? So you better stay with me. I remember somebody telling me, and he said, Pastor, who told me this? He said, oh, Jane, you know, you're already in your 40s. You better stay because if you go, who is going to take you? That is the mentality some of these people have. And I'm not saying it just for women. I'm saying it for men also, because I know some men who are going through hell in the hands of their women, in the hands of their wives. It should not be so. Marriage should not be a life sentence. Yeah, for better, for worse. For better when it's working for us. For worse, when we agree to make it work. When we agree to work together. When we agree to make the relationship work. Because when men or when women, when the other person comes to tell you stories of their partner, they will tell you so that it will suit them. They will not tell you the whole story, how everything happens. But they will always paint the picture of how my husband was not good, my wife was not good, this person was not good. But when you hear the whole story, you'll find out that that person was actually the problem. Marriage should not be a life sentence. If it's not working out, you have your own identity. There's a proverb they say in Africa that says, come, let's live together, does not mean let's die together. But because there's this common belief that every woman should get married. No, every woman should not get married. Everybody should not get married. It's even in the Bible. If you can keep yourself, there are some that Enoch. There are people who don't want to get married. If you can keep yourself, keep yourself and don't get married. If you have done it before and you don't have the ability anymore to go to do it again, then don't do. Then don't let society or don't let custom or don't let culture or tradition make you or force you. You must get married. You must be with a man. You must do this. You have to be with somebody who wants to make things work out. You have to be with somebody who sees the best in you. Why you see the best in that person? Because there are men or there are people who want themselves to succeed, but they don't want their partners to succeed. They want to advance in life, but they don't want their partner to advance. You know why? Because they always want you to come to them, to ask them, to beg them. Please, can you give me $10? Please, can you give me $5? Please, can you? It makes them feel like they are on top of the world. But the day you tell them, I want to go back to school, I want to open a business, then you become somebody else. Marriage should not be a sentence. It should not be a life sentence to anybody. So I'm not here to say women or men. I'm saying in general, because there are men who have died in marriages. There are women who have died in marriages too. My sister is one of them, or was one of them. She died. She was killed by her own husband of over 20-something years. So marriage should not be being with somebody. It should be a mutual respect. There should be a mutual respect, mutual love for each other. Mutual advancement, because what makes me better will make you better. Whatever way I'm advancing, I'm furthering my life, should also my prosperity should be the prosperity of the home. let me do this in conclusion. Let me say this. Some African men, when they marry from home and bring their women to overseas, they still expect the same custom back home. They still expect the same top-notch service back home. You know, back home, when a man goes to work, when he comes back, mostly women are home taking care of the children, cooking. So when a man comes back home, there is a hot meal on the table. But America, women, or overseas, women work more than men. Go and check nurses, how many hours nurses they work in the hospitals. Women work more than men. So a man, if you are home, if you come back early before your wife, start cutting up the tomatoes, start cutting up the onions, start boiling rice, start boiling spaghetti. That is YouTube. Don't tell me I don't know how to boil tomatoes, I don't know how to cut tomatoes, I don't know how to season chicken. Check on YouTube, Google it, it will show you. You know why? So that when your wife comes back home after 12 hours of job, of work, when she comes back home, it will be easier for her to make that tomato sauce, to make that stew, to make that jollof rice. Because the things are already prepared. As soon as she comes back home, it will take a little, less than 30 minutes to make that, and the whole family eating. Now, you want her, the same service you get back home, you get in Africa. You want her to work 20 hours, come back home, clean the kitchen, do the dishes, cook the food, feed the children, put them to bed, take her shower, then take care of you in bed. Wake up in the morning, do it all over again. When she starts rebelling, when she starts saying, I'm tired, when she starts saying you need to help, then you start, you know what your word is going to be, or what you always say, because you know it. You will say, I brought you to this country. I'm the one who brought you to this country. If I didn't bring you to this country, back home, they will say, back home, this is what you're supposed to do. But that is back home. Back home, a lot of women don't work. Even now, they started working as much as men are doing. So it takes two to tango. It takes two to make something happen. It takes two to run a home. It takes two to run a successful home. Don't complain. Don't whine. Ask, how may I help? Ask, how may I help the other person's life? I remember when I started dating somebody, I told him, I said, it's not about finding the right person. It's about you being the right person. One of my friends, he's having problem with his girlfriend. He called me and said, oh, Jane, I just want to get a nice woman. I want to get it. I said, it's not in you getting a nice woman. It's you becoming a nice man. Because there are good women everywhere. You got married. It took you years after you divorced your wife to find out that she was actually a good woman. Now you live with your girlfriend for years, over 19 years, did not marry her. Now she kicked you out, then you are realizing she's a good woman. Oh, I wish I can get a woman like my wife or my ex-girlfriend. It took you how many years? It's not about you getting the right person. It's about you being the right person. Because when you become a right person, the right people will walk into your life. Because right now, the same broken man you are, when you get a right man, when you get a right woman rather, you still will not know how to treat her right, because you haven't decluttered your mind. You haven't changed. You are still like a chameleon. All you change, you are like, I call them refurbished devil. That's why you need to read my book, Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life. I tell women, don't take your ex-boyfriend, don't take your ex-whatever back, because they are just refurbished devils. Marriage should not hurt. Relationship should not hurt. Whatever hurts, you shouldn't be in it. If your marriage hurts, you shouldn't be in it. I'm not saying it's a do or die affair. Like my sister-in-law always said, marriage should be a progression and not a regression. Never let a man, never let anybody meet you where they left you the first time. So shall a man leave his father and his mother, and they two shall become one. And he shall cleave to his wife. He shall hold on to his wife. Who are you holding on to? Your mother? Your sisters? Your family? Or are you holding on to your wife? Are you holding on to your family? Are you holding on to your children? Because the way you treat your wife is the same way she's going to treat you when you get older. When you get old in life, that's how she's going to treat you. So you better start treating your partner good now. You better start treating them good. And relationship, marriage should not be a life sentence. It should be free. Live and let's live. I will talk to you next time. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really would appreciate it. My books are on Amazon. Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life. And this one is The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, My Untold Truth. Until I meet you again, remember that nobody's going to love you more than you love yourself. And the Lord is the strength of a woman. I will talk to you next time. Please take care of yourself and do take care of each other. Mwah!